All right, so we're back at it. It's another day. We've been knocking out some acres here. I think we got our last 90 to go on soybeans down here around the home farm. And then we got, I don't know, I don't think it's quite 200 up north. So, yeah, we're getting down there. And then we'll be switching over to corn and knocking that out. So, the old girl's been running good. Did have a flat tire the other day. This inside one here went, when we got it, it was kind of had a cut in the sidewall. I think it finally went out. And then one of the neighbors had this one, so traded him a pump for his combine because he runs the older New Holland TR series. I think his are 86s. But we had a couple of those, or one of those actually is what we had. Then we went to the 88, but he had a pump go bad, so we traded him a couple tires that were his spares for that pump, because it's kind of about same value-ish. I think that other one that we got had a bad sidewall or something. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, tires are holding up good. Head's been running good. I do notice that this thing does push a little bit in the evenings. So we're going to go check the cutter bar out. I know there's a broken guard there, but 90% of it's there. So we're just going to keep running it. But yeah, it's been running great. Got having some good days with it. Pushing that 70 acres a day. See, this one's not in great shape either down there. Oh, there. Yeah. Not in great shape, but supposedly the story is the guy went through 6 tires last year on 2 combines, so he bought one with tracks. That's what I keep getting told, or that's what the salesman told me on it. But we'll get up here and change the oil, or check the oil. But yeah, anyways, the oil's good. It's under this nice hatch here that's hard to get to. But yeah, so anyways, you can tell we got a little bit of wind this morning. We got this mess to deal with. You can see there's some weeds out there. We sprayed it. I think that was one of the last videos I shot, was really the spraying of this field. And it's been the 2 weeks that it takes to, I think it's 15 days. And day 15 was yesterday, so we can finally go out and combine it. And it kind of worked out good because it's our last field. We were having issues with this moisture sensor. So now this is the case one, and then we put a ag leader controller on it. And come to find out, you have to have it plugged in. You have to have we couldn't get the motor to run, so we put a new motor on it. And come to find out, you have to plug in the proximity sensor that comes into this side of the elevator behind this cover. Well, on the case one, there's a module back here that you can't see until you take the cover off. And unfortunately, in the instructions, I didn't read that, or it's not in there. And I was having issues with that last night. But yeah, anyways, I didn't read that, or it wasn't in there, that you got to plug that in. And yeah, called up my dealer and was talking to him about it, and he's like, it sounds like you're having this issue. And I said, you know what? It does sound like I'm having that issue. Sure enough, that was the problem. So, anyways, we're going to get this thing lifted up. I'll head up and start going through sections and just checking them all. Because today, I'm going to need them with as much material that's out there. There might be one broke there. I'm going to guess maybe one there. There might be one down here. So, but yeah, this head does seem to push a little bit in the evenings. You can kind of see the clumps out here. I mean, most of the field, no clumps. The last, 5 acres, not even. Yeah, maybe. It started pushing on me pretty bad. Basically just because the dew set in. It was 8 o'clock, and I think the sun's setting here at 7. So, you know, things happen. That's how life is. It's never perfect. But it did rain yesterday too. Yesterday morning. Ooh, jamming. Yeah, it's a little cold this morning. We had 32. I didn't see any frost, so maybe it was a little warmer than that, but yeah, I don't know. We're gonna get the changing sections though. Tasty. She tried to eat herself. You can see it's been hitting on that guard even. But the easiest one to change on this whole knife is that one right there. As you can see, the nice bracket that I have to take off to change it, versus these ones where you just take these bolts out. So I gotta pull the whole knife back out again and change it. Hopefully I have the right knife, or the right knife section. Because if you look, I can actually show you. The Case IH ones, which are what these are, have 3 holes in them. So 1, 2, and 3. Well, if we go down here, let's see. Might as well just go down to this end right here. The Shoop's ones have 2 versus 3. So I'm hoping I have one more in the cab. Otherwise, we might just try to run her for a while. I don't know if that's the best idea or not, but we're gonna do it if I don't have one, because then I'd have to run back up to the farm and drill it out and all the fun things, and you know, I might be best off just running. So we're gonna do that. Got it. So we'll get it tore apart quick. It's not too bad. You just gotta take those 2 bolts out there and slide it out. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but shouldn't be too bad. All right, so we're waiting for that to boot up. We got the knife done. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. At the end of the day, you'd basically just take the 2 bolts out, pull the knife out, and it is easier on the trailer. Somehow it pushes everything up and clears better, but the black metal tin down there is in the way. So, you know, besides for that, it went pretty good. And then it also lines the knife up better down at this end, so there is that. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna get this all booted up, set up for the next field, which is this one. Correct. Automatic variety tracking. There we go. Everything's booting up. Reset our load counter. Wait for that thing basically to kick in. There's no satellite yet. I just turned it on, so it takes a few minutes, but yeah, we're gonna see how she rolls. Looks like we have 2 varieties out here. This should be interesting. Biggest problem I have is that I didn't do a better job record keeping with this on our varieties. Mainly because my plan was to use the field view drive with my iPad and track all that, which it's in my truck. But supposedly the story is that Climate doesn't talk to ag leader yield sensors, which I don't understand why. It'll do all the GPS stuff that we need. It would track location wise on this or on the iPad, but it won't communicate through. But they do ag leader planting sensors and application sensors. So I don't know what's up with Climate, but their $600 a year thing can get bent, and yeah, we're gonna be done with them. So now I gotta figure out how to use the Agfinity stuff, and the problem is that I did all of my yield or planting info with Climate, not this. Mainly because my plan was to use this, which it is what it is. Kind of sucks, but I'm gonna put our auger in and get rolling. I don't know. The only problem I have with this is that I can't split my planter, which, you know, that's neither here nor there. Not a big deal. I do like to track varieties based off of, like, on bigger data sets than just a test plot. Put them across multiple acres, multiple different soil types, but, you know, it is what it is. Everything can't be perfect. If it was, everyone would do it, right? So we're gonna get going. I think we're gonna go swing down to the other end of this field and get started, just because I think it's better, drier down that way. I don't necessarily know. I haven't walked out in the beans yet, actually, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna go try it because today is my birthday, so wife's taking me out for birthday dinner and said that I don't care what you're doing, you're going with me, and I gotta leave at 4. So yeah, which is all right. I mean, we're talking it's October 16th, so nothing too crazy on getting behind yet. I mean, I think last year we started around this day, because I've always tried to start on my birthday, if not before, because it just seems to work out better that way. The falls start becoming too fallish, and can't get the soybeans off as fast as I want, which then proceeds to not being able to get the corn off as fast as I want, and then next thing you know, it's February and I'm combining corn. So the goal is to not do that this year. The goal is to actually dry some corn in some warm weather, which we're on pace for. And I don't know what the corn in the neighborhood is. I heard rumors in the mid-20s. I don't know. I haven't taken in any ears and pulled any moisture samples, so I'm probably the worst person to ask. So yeah, anyways, seems like we have something not loading here, but we still aren't full GPS, so maybe that's why. I'm not 100% sure. We'll get it figured out. We'll get rolling. Everything will start working. So yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful day. The wind's blowing, sun's shining. It's not 1,000 degrees out, so we're good. We're off to a great start. We've made it 100 feet and the knife stopped. So we're just doing a quick check. The belt's on. Let's see what's in this thing. Assuming it could be down here. Maybe. Maybe not. I'm not 100% sure. It seemed like it didn't want to go backwards either, so that's why I'm assuming something's in it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we just got tough beans and it all hit at once. I don't know. I'm not seeing too much, so that's why I'm a little confused here. Huh. All looks good this way. Nothing. Interesting. Beans do seem maybe a little on the tough side. Probably. But I don't know. Let's see what we got. Alright, so we're gonna go kill some time for half hour, 45 minutes. They're about 16.5%. They're running tough, so they didn't shell out nice. That's what plugged the knife, you know, all those things. And I don't think it actually was the knife. I think it was the feeder housing itself, just running some heavy or some
it just speeds up the learning curve.
Damp beans through it, and I think that's all it really was. So we'll kill a little bit of time and go do something else for a little while. Alright, so we're powering through. We're 23 acres in, something like that. Got a truckload sitting over there. Can't see it because the windows are dirty. That's cool. Yeah, the beans are doing all right. They're running 40-ish, which, you know, with as much weeds that are out here, it doesn't surprise me. This whole section of the field's super sandy, so I'm not disappointed in how the beans are doing. I think the Pioneer beans are doing better than the channel beans. I think it's by about 5 or 6 bushels, so that's always a plus. Oh, yeah, anyways, so they're running 45 and the field average is 40, so happy about that. I mean, spent a few more pennies on them, not too many, but yeah, very excited about how much better they're doing. Granted, they're not 90 bushel beans, but if they were, I'd be even more excited. So yeah, combine's running good. We'll see how many acres we get done today, because I got another 2 hours here and then I gotta leave. And I guess the old man's gonna take over for a while, and we'll see how that goes. I'll be report back in tomorrow on that one. So, but yeah, beans are doing pretty good. Can't complain. We're gonna get that truck loaded before I get out of here. All right, so it's the next day, next night. Did my birthday dinner. Just before I got ready to leave, that and crop divider decided it wanted to point a different direction. You can see how dusty it is. But finished our field, got that all done. Today I think we did pretty close to, I think we did 58 acres. Field's finished, so that's good. By the sounds of it, we're getting 1 to 3 inches of rain tomorrow, which was Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday going into Sunday, we're supposed to get 1 to 3 inches. It's gonna be cold and windy, so I'm happy we got this done. So all of our soybeans down here in Montague are done. Happy about that. Very happy, actually, because that means I get to go north, and yeah, I know we're just about out of fuel, but yeah, sun's just set. I think it sets at 7, so it's just last little bit of light. But we're gonna get wrapped up here. But yeah, anyways, that crop divider decided it wanted to break off. So just as I was getting ready to leave, we had to dump the head off and pull it into the shop, and they welded it up because basically the eyelet that holds it on, I don't know, I didn't see it, but what I could tell was that it was breaking off. So they welded that up, it's all back together, and it did perfect today. So what else can you ask for, right? But trying to get this out over here, and yeah, just like that. But you can kind of see here. This up here. So this here is where we had a cover crop. This 10 acres. Probably the best spot in the whole field. From here all the way down here and around here, weeds. That's what all that is. I figure it took 10 bushel off the average. So not really excited about that, but lesson learned. I can also tell you that the weed control here was the best spot in the field, without having to spray it once. I do think I burned that off. There's a good chance I burned that off. So that could be what it is, but either way, you know, this spot's pretty good here, but weed control is better. I don't know. All I know is that we learned a lesson, and the lesson was make sure you kill the weeds. I don't know how organic people do it. We got a neighbor that up in Rothbury that does organic stuff, and it is atrocious to look at. Basically looked like this field, but it didn't have these spots that didn't have a lot of weeds, or this. it just basically all looks like this. So, is what it is. We're gonna get wrapped up. Dealing with a flat tire on this thing again. So last Saturday I ran for most of the day, and somehow at some point in the day I blew the inside tire. I don't know what I did, but it happened somehow, some way, and ran on the outside dual for who knows how many acres, because I finished the field, and the field ran pretty bad because it was the last planted field, and Sandy didn't catch those early rains. We were waiting for the power company to put some power poles up in a field and just kind of try to get them out of the way, because they had them laying basically across the field the complete worst way to work around, and they were driving back and forth, and then I could just plant it straight through. Kind of waited for all that. Don't know if it was the right thing or the wrong thing, but it is what it is. I don't know. We were just trying to make it more convenient. And it's not like I had other things. I was sitting there twiddling my thumbs. I was finishing up the rest of it. So, but yeah, that's basically what the story is. I don't know. There's yeah. But yeah, anyways, the story, back to my tire, sorry, ADD is kicking in. That tire that I ran on is now going flat. I think I pinched the tube in it, so yeah. That's cool. Alright. Let's see if we can figure out. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out how to export setup. I don't know. Maybe that's what we're doing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Home. Summary. Let's go to harvesting. I don't know. Harvesting. There we go. How do you do all events? I don't know. We got 92 acres done here. 26 done there. 34. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how everything works. I haven't played with it enough, so yeah. Anyways, I'm not 100% sure on if I'm doing all these. I don't know. Somehow, I'm sure there's ways to do things that I'm not smart enough to do, so. But we're yeah. I don't know. I gotta figure this thing out a little more. Oh.
Terrific kid off the ice, tough guy too, really tough. Yeah. Fans are gonna like him.
I must have sent that file already. What is upgrades?
They've seen so far here tonight on opening night, the 3-1 lead, late in period number 1. Nice.
Cool. I don't know. We're gonna shut her down, clean that out, do all the fun things. Probably should blow it off, but not sure if I'm going to. But yeah.